No, I'm good. I just sit here and hold it. Hey, everybody, it's Cindy,
And Tamara.
and we'd like to welcome you back to our Call to Awakening page. Tonight, we are so very excited and feel so very privileged to introduce a longtime friend of mine and a new soul sister to all of us in our group. You may have seen actually a few things that she's done that I posted, and she's agreed to share her very special attunement of energy. I couldn't quite put a finger on what it is Carla does because I don't want to give it away. So we'll introduce her as an energy mover and she'll tell us more about that. So without any further ado, the host of our now every Thursday at 7 Central Time live energy, divine energy movement, meet Carla Romero Crochet. Sorry, I messed your name there. Carla Romero Crochet. Yay! All right. Carla, thanks so much for sharing your time with us here. I'm so excited to hear about what it is exactly that you do. I've seen some of your stuff on YouTube and we've talked just a little bit, but I still don't really have a handle on it because it's kind of a new thing for me. So, should we start at the beginning? Is that a good place?
The beginning. Good place.
Carla, tell us about what it is. I'm going to start with consciousness. Can you tell us what you believe consciousness is, how you came to that thought, and how it applies to the big picture for you, and what got you to that spot? Go.
Okay. Consciousness to me is the mind of God. It's the mind of the creator, whatever you want to call that. It's the infinite realm of possibilities. It's the creative stuff. It's the stuff that creation is made of. It's everything and it's everywhere. It's you and it's me and
Can I jump in for just a second, Carla?
yeah.
Because that is so very exactly what I believe. And I'm wondering when you came to that conclusion, because I know we haven't seen each other for a long time. And I'm wondering how long you've kind of been at that place of that knowing and understanding.
So I guess it was maybe 3 years ago when I sort of discovered all this. And I discovered it through a client of mine. I was a drug abuse counselor for a few years, and a client of mine was into magic. And so we started talking about God and who is God to you? And like I was brought up Catholic. Okay, so like the things that he was saying was really weird, but it caught my attention, and I just wanted to.
Hmm.
He started talking about everything's frequency and energy, and even the hard things is even just energy, and it just made me. I was in a place in my life where I was open. I was wide open for whatever, I was. I guess I was looking, but I didn't really know I was looking for something new, for something else, and so I started researching and I started meditating. And so meditation is where it first came. Um, I guess after about maybe 6 months or so of meditating, I started realizing that the body and the mind is not who I am. I started realizing that this body is not me, and my thoughts are a production of my mind, the show, and that's not me either. And so, what the hell am I? I started realizing
That was so timely, wasn't it? Welcome to our house. We have
I love
animals in
live.
real life. Okay.
Live is fun. So once you start realizing that you're not these things, then you can start just sort of being aware of them. And then you start realizing that you're this other thing. And the other thing is just like this field of field of energy or field of awareness. And it's consciousness. It's consciousness, but it's a field and it just is everything. And my consciousness and your consciousness is not separate. It's all the same.
Correct.
It's all the
Right.
same.
Did
But
you have this as a like an aha moment?
oh my
Or
God, yes.
tell us
Oh
about that.
wow,
Oh my
I
Let's
God,
love
hear
yes.
it.
that for sure.
So during one of the meditations, the guy that, because he turned into sort of like my guru a bit,
Okay.
Brennan. I'm gonna call him out. He's awesome. And so Brennan told me, just start saying, I'm not my mind, I'm not my body. Do a meditation where you say that and say that and say that. And through saying that, it was like something just happened where it was like all of a sudden I was just nothing. I was just like nothing sitting there. And that's when I realized I am just pure awareness. This is just pure awareness, which is consciousness. And like, the next day I'm at work and I'm like, where's Brennan? You'll never believe what happened to me. And I had to
Nice.
comment. Yeah, it was so awesome. So that
That's
was the
hilarious.
first.
How did he respond to that? He
He
just
was
probably
like,
nodded and grinned.
cool,
And
cool.
so then, was that like a feeling that has stayed with you always since then? You
No,
was it like this? Okay, go tell us about that stuff.
no, I mean it comes and goes, just like any of this you know type of stuff, because we're still like the human, and like we still live in this world, and we still have to move around here like we are, because we are here,
Do you
and
feel like you
so
can control it?
yes, yeah, you
Yeah.
can control it. I mean, it takes practice. It takes a lot of meditation. It takes practice. And I know that I've done some plant medicine in the last year,
Hmm.
and that definitely helped it. But it helped me to where I can get to that point, just by within a like that. And I work in customer service. I deal with Medicare people, customers all day. They might be mad, they might be happy, they might be whatever. And sometimes I have to snap and be that bigger me, and be that bigger me, because in that bigger me, in that field of consciousness, is like complete peace and just complete love, and God, or whatever you want to call it. Complete
Um,
So
love.
once you went through that initial transition, and even though there's waves of moving in and out more or less, do you feel like you never lose a bit of like that? There's a change that never does. That there's some bit of that that never completely leaves.
Oh yeah. Once you know it, you can't ever unknow it. Once you know it and you experience it, then you can't go back from it. Yeah.
it's so interesting that I had a feeling that's where you were going to go with this. This is something that Tamara and I talk about a lot: is how to maintain that space, and is that a place where we can always be? I always like to say that Enoch walked and then he was not. And I believe that that's Old Testament stuff. I think that God loved Enoch so much; he was so close to him that just swept him up like that. With them, that's the inference there, I think. Or is it that they were so close to their physical day to day, Enoch's physical day to day style, because he was always so possessed of this. I'll say possessed, I guess that's a word, but so overwhelmed with consciousness always that it rose
Mm,
above and out of this 3D experience.
exactly. That's what I mean, eventually, and I've had many experiences of that, but that type of experience is very hard to keep forever, to keep, unless you go and live on the mountain, or you go and be in the desert, or you go and be away from the world. You can't be like that all the time in the world unless you have a lot of experience, like
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I mean, but
Do you feel like a lot of people struggle and question with their spiritual evolution because of some paradigm or expectation that has come forward through the past that says once you get it, you're there, and you should like you're supposed to have a blanket in a cave and be realized, and it's a whole different thing rather than it's a human evolving day to day
yeah, yeah, like,
wave of growth.
because you can't just stay in the clouds. You can't just stay up there all the time. You have to live here. and so we have to, and so what I typically do is in my meditations, I will get there and then I'll ground it. And and that's what I call
How do
it.
you
That's
do that?
in the meditation, just like a regular grounding practice while you're meditating. I will see it coming in through the crown, down through the rest of the chakras, and literally just growing roots in the ground, just like a regular grounding technique.
This
But
is exactly how I.
yeah, and I just
And
ground
you
it.
see that in your mind's eye, or you experience that in your
See it
actual
in the mind's
seeing.
eye, feel it, feel it. I can feel it coming in, feel it grounding. This is, if you can think it, if you think it, it's happening. It's happening.
Mhm.
If you, and, and you get to a point where you can pull that, that heaven, and you can just pull
Mhm.
that, and you can just pull that into your body. And I ground it. I'm not real sure, whatever. That's just my way of bringing it into the earth, bringing it into
That,
this experience that we have to do every day. You know?
that's so interesting. I'm almost overwhelmed at how similar the we think about things, and even our practical experience in our day to day
Mhm.
our practices. I always see kind of a zipper coming out that just kind of everything just comes together like a zipper
Mhm.
closing down like this, and then right into the earth. And I wasn't even really thinking about grounding myself so much as just the internal part of everything, situation of what I call agape love.
What you call
I think
what?
that's agape love.
Agape, yeah, yeah.
It's yeah, you know
Yeah.
what that is. So that is wow. It almost makes me not ask my next question, but I have to because I kind of see why you got into the energy business. But what precipitated that? What made you think, you know what, this is my life. This is my what I'm doing now. This is who Carla is.
Mm. So after a while of research and energy and just realizing, wow, everything's energy, everything's frequency, everything's awareness, everything's consciousness. After that, I was like, all of a sudden my hands started becoming hot all the time. My hands just started becoming hot. So I went and saw a psychic. I didn't know this woman. I looked her up literally on Google, and she was in my area. And I went and saw her. And she charged me like $60, and she was like, "You can ask me 3 questions." And I just did this. And I was gonna say, "What's up with the hot hands?" And as soon as I raised my hand, she said, "Yes, you're a healer." And I was like,
Wow.
"Shit, that's what I thought."
Okay. Check
That's what,
that off.
so
That's hilarious.
I don't even
So
remember
then
the rest of the question.
so how did you get that courage to say, okay, I'm doing this full time. I'm willing to put my, because I know you have kids still at home,
Mhm.
and it's a big risk to say, okay, this is what I'm doing to make the bacon.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still not doing it all the way to make the bacon,
Mhm.
but it's getting there. Um, so, okay. So,
You know what I feel like. Let me interrupt you here because
yeah.
what I really the essence of that question was not so much about money, but the security of coming from energy into your 3D experience, flipping that over to have that security there without thinking about it, and to be able to lean into what you're doing and have that knowing of who you are.
Yeah.
That's what I think so many people have a hard time in life because they just don't even know who they are and they can't get to that place. And that's what I guess I'm really after is how do you uh,
Yeah.
what came about to make you know so much that was because for us we also own a 9 to 5 business but this our call to awakening page is becoming so much more of our life and I
Mhm.
know the practical decisions that have to be made and I think this is just who I am now
Mhm.
this is what's going on and I didn't know if you it's just like a sense of knowingness for me I didn't know if you kind of like had more of an epiphany moment on that or if it was just like, yeah, this is the what's happening.
Well, okay, so after the psychic, I learned Reiki. I got certified in Reiki, and I
Hmm.
did that a couple times, and that was cool. And then I got certified in quantum touch, and then I did ayahuasca. And my intention for that experience, that was my first time doing it, and my intention was, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, show me. Show me if this is, because I still had those doubts, and I
Okay.
still didn't have enough confidence to like come out and tell people that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be sure, like even though I was,
Right. Right.
but in that experience, the ayahuasca spirits literally upgraded my DNA. Literally, they did things to me all over my body, and said, yes, yes, you're a healer, you're a healer, and did things to me for hours. Just, I don't know if it was like codes or tapping on some DNA that might have been from like a past life or whatever. They did all these things, and it became completely, there was just no doubt about it. Now, so that was my epiphany. Now, then after that, it was like all of a sudden these different things started happening, when I would try to do regular energy work, just like you normally see. Now you're starting to see different things now. I'm starting to see different things now than just the regular Reiki or the regular, and when, and it's almost like a transmission. It is a transmission for sure. It's almost like a something else is moving it, and something else is pulling it, and it's not necessarily me. I'm not saying now. I know what I'm doing. I can see myself. I'm moving my hands, but I'm moving them the way that whatever it is, it must be my higher self, or whatever it is. Um, Everything just started changing. It started happening differently. I started realizing that I can pull the energy out and transmute it. I can pull the
Now,
energy
you don't have to be present for that.
to be what?
In the fit, you don't have to be in the same physical space to do that.
You can do that long distance from another state or across the planet.
It don't matter where you are. It don't matter where you're seeing it. You can look, you know what my daily routine is while I'm working? So I have my work computer here, and I have this computer here, and I literally watch videos of 8 hours of the beach and these different, the drones going all over the place and nature and all that, and I can pull the energy from that as well. You can too, and everybody can.
Well, yeah,
You can
that's the
pull.
thing that's so amazing to me. That's the thing.
But
Yeah,
I
it's
never thought about
beautiful.
doing that via visual on the internet.
Yeah,
And I know nature, you go out in nature, that's a happening thing, but I had never
right.
thought, and I know distant healing, but I had never thought about taking that in from nature through the internet.
Yeah, me neither until now. Until I
Fantastic
can
tip,
do
thank you.
this job. I'm like, how can I be in nature and do this job all at the same time? And that was how I accomplished it.
I feel you. I feel you. So a big thing for me is intention. You want to share some
Mm,
thoughts on intention for us and the
yeah.
role that plays in energy movement?
So intention to me is a couple different things. The first type of intention to me is sort of a prayer. It's sort of kind of like when you go into a plant medicine ceremony, you make an intention. However, that intention is not necessarily always what you get. You get what you need, right? But there's always that intention. Now, then there's the intention um, of a manifestation. You're trying to manifest something, and you set an intention, and the intention for that would be, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing, and I'm going to walk towards it, just like I'm leaving to go to the store. I'm walking towards that, and it's almost like a command. It's almost like a command for me. because you can command things as well with your energy. Like every morning I say, through the power of my I am presence, I command any low vibrational frequency that is around me in my energetic field, in my body, in my home.
Carla,
To
can I interrupt you for just a second? I'm getting a little tech advice here that I could just have you talk up just a little bit. We can't modify the sound. Oh, not you? You're perfect. We're off. My bad. Go. So sorry.
Louder. Okay.
No, you louder, not her louder. That's live TV.
Yes.
Go ahead, Carla. Go ahead. Now that I've broken your train of thought completely.
Yeah, intention. So, yeah, one type of intention, like I said, is the prayer, and it might not necessarily be exactly what you get. It depends on what kind of intention we're talking about. Um, but when it comes to manifestation or just commanding your reality, commanding energies to leave, to be transmuted into the light, that kind of thing, that is a command, not just an intention at that point for me.
So, and who are you commanding? No,
Life. Energy. Energy, basically.
So if you were going to give something that or something else as a thing you do as an exercise daily, or that you would share with the group as an actual, here's an exercise that you have found or that you would recommend or guide for us to take and do daily as a group together, could you
as a group
share something like that? Yes, it's ongoing.
I mean, I think that it's important every day to start off the day with a lot of gratitude. Even just while you're laying in bed, thank you for these comforter, thank you for the pillow, thank you, and go into meditation as soon as possible. And in the meditation, I would always suggest to let go of the body and let go of the mind. Period. Once you have done those things, anything, it's like the realm of possibilities. It's like and I do this because it's all around you. Like this is the consciousness, and once then you can see things in it. You can feel things. What is in my field, right? What is in my field right now? And you can intuitively know what's in your field. You might even see pictures of what's in your field. You might just go ahead. I could just
and you think that's beyond something? I'm just thinking about separating what is ours as sensing someone's presence as instinctively as a human, from what the physical aspect of that is and the spiritual aspect of that is.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I don't even know how to turn it off.
It's a spirit answering you. It's us. We're all around you.
Present.
Okay, so now how do I get back to this? Jesus.
What are those two? Perfect. I'm glad it's not just us that everything is flowing smoothly for. So tell me the difference between instinct and what you're talking about.
It's different. Yeah. Is everybody's got like intuition, that instinct. I mean, that everybody's got that on a regular basis, on an everyday. We all have that. This is once you let go of the body and the mind, even if you're having thoughts, just being that it's not you, then you can sort of like just push them away, push them somewhere else for a little while. And once you get into that space, it's like you can just feel it. And maybe it takes practice, maybe it just takes practice, but you can feel it, you can hear it. There's a buzzing, there's a it's just beautiful. It just feels like love. It feels like love. It feels like sometimes not love. Sometimes it feels like some sort of a trauma or something that you need to get through, or maybe some kind of shadow will come up. That's okay too. You
And
might
then you move that away. Is that kind of part of the
no.
thing? Is it you?
If that happened, I would sit with it because that's part of us too. If something like that if something came up, if something's in my field and I feel it, then I'm gonna sit with it for a while. I'm gonna sit with it and I'm gonna be okay with it and I'm gonna investigate it a little bit
And
and
you can feel that. You can command that. You can direct that through, like in our live sessions. You'll just be able to get that just like that.
traumas and things in you.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes, sometimes.
Wow,
Um,
that's
I can
Are we talking
typically.
about from other people or from her?
I'm talking
Her
about from
energy.
me. She's talking about like
okay.
my energy work. I'm talking about from
Right, right.
what I would do if I were y'all in a group or really by yourself is better. That way,
Okay, okay.
you can sort of like heal anything that comes up because you want to know what's in your field. You want to know what's here because this is what creates everything else, right? This is what creates your reality is what's in your field.
Right. Okay.
Field. So, so
Do
if
you mean
some,
that in the law of attraction sense that everything's a mirror to us? Is that what you're?
oh yeah, that's. I mean, I definitely believe that as well. Yeah,
I
but
have a question.
mhm.
Did you have anything prepared that without us having these questions that we bring to the table that we're interested in your you and your evolution and stuff that you had kind of hoped that you could share with us tonight?
Just everything that I said.
Okay.
Perfect,
Like
perfect.
all of the questions were like everything perfectly, consciousness is such an important part of us. And it's so important to know that that's what we are and that we're not this. This is not what we are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That was really well put.
So now that you've defined it perfectly, let me. I wanna kind of experience the energy, what you do, but before that, I'm gonna throw at you kind of a. I'm just curious now.
uh-oh. Frozen.
I think we lost her, Michael.
There she is.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you are.
yeah.
Did you hear that?
Y'all froze for a
Oh,
little bit,
okay.
but that's okay.
In 10 words or less.
Unfreeze.
How about that simple four question?
Please. I
Sorry,
love
I knocked something off.
live is so much.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. I'm going to throw this at you now, so that because I'm just curious. What are we doing here? Where did we come from? Where are we going after?
So I
Break that
definitely
down for us.
you just okay. So first off, and this might last more than 50 minutes.
Go.
First off, there is no here before, after, and any of that. All of it's right now. Everything is right now in this moment. It's already done, right? And so you're just going to move on to the next one. You're going to just move on to the next thing. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know what my next life will be. Some people know all that kind of stuff. I don't know what my past lives were and all that. But
Got
all
the
of
idea what determines that? Any thoughts
I
on what
believe
determines
that
that?
I think that your spiritual growth does. That's what I think. I think that this because I know that the one thing that we take with us from Dolores Cannon anyway, what she says, what she's found, is the one thing that we take with us is our spiritual evolution from the life. Um, and I think that whatever frequency that we pass away at is that's the frequency where we're going to go into the next incarnation, or realm or whatever, because we're
That's
all
very
of it
interesting.
already. We are an angel right now. Right now, we are, in the fifth, in the sixth, the seventh, we're all of them, and so I believe that when we die, that we just, go somewhere and kind of figure out where we go next, and figure out who's coming with us and what are we going to do. I believe in contracts for sure. I believe that I was contracted to come here and be an addict for 20 years so that I could evolve spiritually. I'm so blessed by my past, you know.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I'm wondering, I've often thought this. See, I'll tell you this little story about you. Do you remember when we used to work together and you used to spend a considerable amount of time writing out, I will do this today, and you wrote it over and over and over and over, and you would set that intention so hard in
That's Joel.
on paper. Because Joel, I know Joel had a good
Hey,
presence. I mean, I'm great and I like myself. How do you like that one?
yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
found you to be such a powerful intention setter then, and then you would manifest that. I watched that, and as I look back, as I became more spiritually aware of myself, and realized that I wanted uh, to get more involved in that in my life and have it become a bigger part of me. And when we first started teaching our class in our art expression, I think, gosh, it was even way back in maybe in the beginning of the year last year. And I can remember just, what comes to your mind about your life and your expression when you talk about something, these examples. And I would find myself saying, oh, a gal I used to work with used to do this. And I found that looking back in that moment, I found it incredibly powerful. And then as the years went on, as I became more aware, I thought, Carla was doing something there. And I wonder if you were even aware then that you were doing that. And then, second, part B, do you think that you were searching for this the whole time during your drug use?
Definitely. I was so open to it when it came to me. It was like I was just looking everywhere and I couldn't find it. But definitely back then, Joel had us pumped up with all that law of attraction stuff, Think and Grow Rich, all
Sure.
that stuff. And I believed it. I believed
Me
it.
too.
And so so yeah, but I don't remember. It's funny because I don't remember like doing that a whole lot. I remember getting all pumped up in the meetings and yeah, we're gonna do this, and it definitely having an intention of selling. Um, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was just
That
listening to
is
Joel
hilarious.
because I loved him and I wanted to, like he's badass. I want to be like that.
He Joel's a very impressive character, I must say. Carol and I met.
Wait. So what did you all love about it? Like, there's got to be something there, but mutually
Joel's just special.
life changing in some kind of way.
Joel's special in words that
Yeah.
no word to describe him really. He's
Yes.
a unique character and not in a negative way. I don't mean to connote a negative
Oh
meaning
no.
whatsoever. But he is certainly an individual and so many things. I look back at what he taught us through the years and man, he's a manifester like crazy.
Oh my
So
gosh. You can't
all of
bring
those
him down.
things. Oh, sometimes I see him. Yeah,
You can't bring him down though. No
what's
matter
that?
what's going on in his life, you can't bring him down. He's
Wow,
gonna
that's
keep
big.
going because he's going through some things. You can't bring him
Yeah.
down. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
See,
But
that's the true test right there. I'm glad that you brought that up because
yeah.
that's the true thing. Do you keep going through what I believe that we're meant to encounter things? I mean, there's got to be a reason that we're here in this 3D experience. We must be meant to
Mhm.
experience 3D things.
Yes.
So, it gives me a great deal of um, kind of detachment and attachment at the same
Mhm.
time.
Kind of what you were saying earlier about when you think a thought and you just watch it and watch yourself thinking it, you're not all
It ain't,
engaged in it the same.
it ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever your past stuff makes you think about. But this is
I think
this,
that in the 3D experience for as long ago as sorry to keep interrupting you, same old Cindy, as long ago as we had that experience and then we both came to this place, you have to kind of think there may have been a little bit of plan
oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
and see what life is, and that's kind of a big thing is finding who you are. That's a huge thing to me. I believe that in order to find anything, first we have to look at who we are, become more who we are, love that, like that, and then we can reflect that out to the world. And
Yeah.
That's why it's so important to me. I do so many. I focus a lot and talk about, you know, be kind to yourself. Let yourself know. Remind yourself. Be your own best cheerleader.
Yeah.
And that's that energy movement in a pragmatic day to day. The little keep you going every day until you can feast on something like what you're doing. You know, that's a turkey dinner kind of a life event to me that you can. I guess I didn't kind of get. I'll be interested to see what we feel it when it comes up when we do our session here in a little bit because it's really opened so many doors for me of possibility of what the heck is this gal really doing here? What is this gonna? Am I gonna have this epic feeling about this? And this, I'm feeling so attuned already, you know. And I think that that's what I'm really just excited to experience this.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you
Cool.
should say real quick what you're kind of a sharing with the group about what you see the weekly thing
Oh,
accommodating or
Yeah, what's your vision there?
um,
yeah, that,
basically, like basically, since it's a lot of, since it's not focused on one person, a cleansing always.
Mm-hmm.
So a cleansing of anything going on that is holding you back. And then whatever's left after that cleansing. Um, uh, Sometimes it's an integration that I try to do. Like, it's so hard to explain. Sometimes it's kind of like an integration. Most of the time after the cleansing, what happens is sort of like a transmission, sort of like a channeling, and of it's of just high frequency energy going into the places that you need it, whatever the chakra is, whatever the around you. It just kind of happens.
you'll be helping us do that.
Yeah, yeah. You
That's
just
what
sit
you're
there.
saying.
Yeah, you just
And
sit.
then just for the peas and carrots of what you'll be doing, will you be interacting with people specifically to say, okay, we'll be with this person for 5 minutes, or is it
Oh, I
uh,
can.
individually?
I can. But I thought
Okay.
I figured it was gonna be like one live. Are you talking about y'all? Are
No,
you
I mean
Whoever.
going forward in the future. Do you
Yeah,
want to?
it'll be more of a whoever wants to join in. I can feel the energy for whoever's gonna join in. I can feel
I
the
love that.
energy from the people in the future that's gonna join in. That's
Are
not
you
even
feeling our energy right now, man? Are you feeling good?
absolutely. You can't
I
tell.
love it.
Like I'm
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Can you feel
totally.
mine? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
It's and that makes me believe even more that this is something that we all share and are able to do. And that's what I would like to see people. I don't think anyone is ever going to. Your day-to-day Joe isn't going to have time to study the way that you have to come to the level of consciousness probably that you have in this particular thing. And that's what just a little snippet of that people can get how to do that themselves, how to uh, command their own life from this perspective. You know, I love that you're sharing that and and just kind of giving a, well, you know what it is. It's just like going to a rally. You know, you go and you get, you're all doing this thing here, and you've got the ABC every day that you do, and then, you know, next Thursday come and forget to do C, and then 2 Thursdays you forget to do B, and then 3 Thursdays you forget to do A. Then you go back and get charged up again, and that's kind of what I'm hoping that you're able to get across to people so they can kind of carry themselves and
Mm,
not need that checkup so much, you know, not to discount the checkup because I'm in for some checking up. But what
The
I'm saying,
practice helps you develop. That's the point. Practicing and
right,
engaging and strengthening each other and
yes.
gathering.
the ABCs of that is what I'm curious that people will be able to do, and uh, we'll just see how it grows organically going forward. That's what I always feel like is the best. I only write stuff down now, and this was the first time ever we've practiced beforehand and been organized because I'm such a fly by the pants wing it kind of person, and I tend to
Yeah, I
drive
like it.
everybody else in my life insane by doing
Mhm.
that. So um,
It's
I'm looking, I guess, in my own life for things to practical measures that are a huge spiritual concept, really, just boiling that down to what can I really do day to day that makes that more real to me. It makes me more able, more aware of that. Did you find a question in there?
I
My
don't know why I
question,
was just thinking, this had nothing to do with what you just said,
Okay, go ahead.
but
That's perfect.
I was just thinking how um, the question earlier with, what are we doing on this earth type of thing, and I just wanted to say this because most of us, when we get up, when we go about our daily business, we notice everything negative, right? But what we are doing here, what we're doing on this earth is not that. What we're doing on this earth is we're here to be, we are blessed to have these physical bodies, and we're blessed to have this amazing mind if we learn how to use it correctly, We're blessed to have all the things around us and to be able to go out in nature and appreciate everything, and not acting like I don't have my days, because I certainly do. But this is what we're here for, to appreciate everything, to take it all in, to have fun, to play in everything, and to play in the physical world and to play in the non-physical world. It's like we're multidimensional beings. We're not just supposed to be here. We're supposed to be everywhere. We're supposed to be there and here all together, and it's supposed to be amazing.
I have a thinking that that's how it was in the beginning, and then at some
When you're
point
a
that
kid.
separated. Well, yeah, when you were a kid, but also, I mean, at the beginning of mankind,
Oh,
back in the Sumerian days, and
mm,
I wonder what happened there. This is just my own memory. This is something I haven't thought of, but I
mm.
wonder what happened that broke those things apart. Was it, modern science? Maybe,
Modern crap, but
yeah,
just trying to think about things too much and trying to put things together, and science is wonderful, but you know, um, everything is inorganic now. Nothing is just natural anymore. We have I would love to just live in some little thing, outside in nature somewhere. I mean, that's like what we're supposed to be doing. It ain't supposed to be so hard. And so, all this, it's just so much. We've turned it into a shit show,
well, that is the truth. That is the truth.
you
Yeah,
know?
I wonder though. That's part of my question. Did we do that? Did man do that? Is there an
Yes,
energy? You know,
both.
did, yeah, I think ego did that. That's my big the
fears.
desire. Yeah, fear and ego, the desire to control,
Yeah.
and conquer all those patriarchal kind of things that have been happening in the last epoch. Now we're going into the age of Aquarius. We have all these planets right now in Aquarius. It's a huge change.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Oh,
it.
man. So
So,
beautiful.
Carla, if you were talking to the group that encompasses people who have had and lost or don't feel as clear and aligned as they did at one time, or people who are
Mm.
learning and gaining experience with that, something that you could, like, this is kind of a revisit to the earlier question, but something that
Mm-hmm.
people can do every day from any level of consciousness that they're at, that's like an actual, so I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure if we diverted that you were saying lay in bed, gratitude, meditate, and
Just sit with yourself. Just sit with yourself for a certain amount of time. Set the timer for 30 minutes, or, however many minutes you can, and sit with yourself, you know, um, and whatever comes up, just allow it. Just allow it to all come up. And if it's not feeling too good, then, just give it some love and make it okay. Try to look at life with a neutral mindset, with a neutral attitude. That's helped me a lot. Try not to judge everything. This is good, this is bad. No, this is just is. It just is. And it's all good. and it's all working out perfectly. All of this shit show is working out perfectly. It's all good. That just means that there's more light on the planet. That's the beauty of it. The more shit show, the more light. Oh my God. So beautiful.
Wow.
It's true. That's that
That was
duality.
really great. Thank you. I love that just instant, like, yeah, that is true. You know how you know things, but you don't know them until you just have that
It
moment when
is.
someone said, here's the obvious,
Mm,
you know?
yeah.
So, okay, do you have any more things that you want to?
No, what a rich sharing, and it definitely shows that it just comes through you, Carla, in a really clear
Mm,
and transmission. There's a transmission to it. That's not a mental
mm,
gibbering thing of mental information. You know, it comes with a lot of heart. I really love your sharing, and I really appreciate you
thank
bringing
you.
all of this to us.
And
So
I
before we
appreciate
do,
you. Y'all
I'm
are just
sorry, go
doing
ahead.
a wonderful job. Thank y'all for being light workers as well. Thank y'all for doing what you're doing, because you're showing people a different way, that you don't have to be in the shit show. You can be the light instead. Yeah, y'all are doing
I
it.
think the
That's
blunder and go in and out of it
It's
sometimes.
that's gonna
okay.
be our new logo. You don't have to be in the shit show.
Be in it. Be in it.
That's hilarious.
Love it. And be just fine with it. Like, yeah.
Well, that is the thing, isn't it? You know, that it kind of brings it back to on our Monday night art expression class where we do the four agreements, and it just really everything that you've just been saying. I thought, well, there's agreement one, there's agreement two, there's
Yeah.
and it's just so hilarious that these ancient knowings and these just
Wow.
things that are within us that we don't even know about are all so naturally alike. It's the same dang thing in different words.
Hmm. For
So
sure.
something that I would like to say to the members, any members now or later that watch this, chat and share, and that through the week will be the chain link strength that holds us through to the every other Thursday to the next Thursday.
Mm.
It'll be, to carry the transmission and hold each other up, and I feel like that's a big part
Mm.
of what can happen here.
Absolutely. I think that being able, I mean, how much energy is all the people that we have on our channel, and all the people that
It's
we
beautiful.
could potentially touch and, with advertising and everything. And I think all of that together must be so very powerful.
I feel it already.
Oh, I love that.
That's what we're feeling right now. It's the
See,
future energy too. It's all of it.
oh, the future energy too. That's cool.
Yes, all of that. It's all now. So all that future energy, we're feeling it right now, because it really ain't the future. It's all
See,
right now.
I never
Everybody's
considered.
energy is right here that's going to ever watch it.
I,
It's all.
I guess it somehow
Man, it's
never hit me.
powerful. That's wow.
Yeah, it never hit me. I say all the time, everything that ever was happening is happening now, and everything that ever will happen is happening now, and everything that is happening now is happening now. And
Mhm.
I've said that so many times myself, but it never hit me that it's the energy,
Yes.
that's causing all that. That just, I'm just having a little aha moment myself.
Mhm.
So,
Thank you so much, Carlo.
Thank
It's
you.
such a delight to meet you in person and
Yeah, me too.
have
Thank
this
you.
sharing.
Yeah,
are you ready to do some energy movement here?
sure.
Okay, we
Get
would
myself
love that.
together.
Tell us what to do.
Tell us what to do. We are yours.
Nothing.
Mold us
You
in
don't have
your
to do
hand.
that. I'm just, I'll just do that. I'm just opening up the chakras, right? Opening up all the chakras in my hands. So you don't have to do that. But if you want to start feeling energy, open up your chakras in your hands, right? There's one right here, right here. There's one right in the middle. You'll feel kind of like a hurt a little bit. You just push on that a little bit. There's one you'll be able to feel this one for sure.
Yes.
This one.
On the side of your thumb.
Uh-huh. You can feel it?
Yeah. Do
There's-
these coordinate with the actual chakras, the other centers in the rest of the trunk of the body?
Yeah, I mean they all work together. And then you're going kind of up the arm a little bit too. Like right here. You'll feel it. It's it's on the inner side. Yeah, right
Like
there.
that by that bone there.
Mhm.
A little hole,
Right at
that
the
kind of
bottom
little
of it.
hole.
Right at the bottom of it. And then why can't I figure out where I'm at? And then right here, right there, right on your elbow, but on the side, you'll feel that one big time.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't
Wow.
that weird? So anyway,
Yeah.
that's it. Open
You
up.
know, I rub that a lot when I have tennis elbow, and I never knew why it made me feel so good. That's crazy.
Yeah, so if you want to start, if anyone wants to start feeling energy, this is where you start. You start with opening up all the channels.
And what an easy thing to do at the stoplight or the doctor's office or the
Yeah,
DMV. I don't know. These days you're in a mask and some. I don't
yeah,
know. Sitting in the. Anyway, yeah, you can do it anywhere. Is all I'm thinking.
yeah. All right.
Okay, go ahead. We'll stop talking now.
Get myself right. So first I'm gonna just cleanse, and this is gonna come straight to you.
Okay, I'm ready
It
for it.
comes straight to you, and just know it. Know it. You know, it's Palo Santo. I'm burning it first. It's not happening yet. Y'all are so cute. But kind of meditate and you can kind of meditate and just be and get yourself super centered.
Say it again. What was that?
Y'all can
We're busy
just
being goofballs. Sorry. You want to
meditate
meditate?
and just get centered a little bit and just kind of be in
Yep.
the present moment.
Yep.
All right. Now we're good.
Perfect.
Now we're good. It looks good. It feels good. Yeah, you guys are good. Yeah. Thank you.
You know, it is so interesting. I just was going to take a breath and thought, oh, I feel so happy inside. And you said, looks good, feels good. I could feel that. I could feel it in my toes, all the way through my body. And then I'm sure I'm going to laugh at myself when I watch this on a playback because I could not help smiling. And I kept trying not to smile so I wouldn't have this ridiculous goofy grin on my face. But I felt such a sense of, did you feel that? I felt such a sense of overwhelm, of happiness and peace, and almost emptiness, but fullness at the same time.
Mm,
It's a crazy.
yeah.
Did you get that? Were you? Tell me about your experience with that.
I felt myself energetically like there's a whole little thing that happened, and then I just saw it, felt my being holding my, just like being like receiving and prayerful and all of this. Like, my light body was just naturally like just doing this thing. I was like, oh, I wonder if they can see that. That feels really real.
That so yeah, I feel that so much. It was
Thank
almost
you
like
so much. That was beautiful.
Thank
you
you.
almost can't in the
Thank
physical
you.
deny what's going on in the spiritual. You know,
Mm,
there is a physical manifestation of that is remarkably surprising and just really wow.
Happy
that's
Thursday. Woo-hoo.
That was thank you so much for that, Carla. Gosh, I don't even know where to go. What are we supposed to do next now? Do you have something else to say about this? Do you wrap it up? What do we do next? I just feel so wow.
too. Like I have to it sort of drains you a little bit because
Yeah.
take it out and
Were
so
we
I
a lot of work to fix?
I gotta go shake that off.
it wasn't just y'all.
Huh?
It wasn't just y'all.
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody. So what do
wow,
you do to
yeah.
help? I'm sure you move when you move the energy absorber to the black. Do you do something, bathe or incense or sage or anything
Oh, yeah.
afterwards?
Oh, afterwards, no. No, 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 no. No, because that clears energy. So it could really clear all the good stuff too. People don't say that
Wow.
very often, but it's
I
true.
feel yeah. I
I would
cannot
do that.
express to you how powerful
Thank you
this
so
was
much.
and how much I look forward to everyone being able to experience this and share this. And
Anyone,
I just love you so much for doing this, Carla, and
thank
sharing this with our members. Gosh,
I
that's
want
huge.
y'all to know, and I want the members to know that this is not something that I specially can do. This is something, just like I said, the nature coming in. Um, all I'm doing is focusing on, well, I was really focusing on y'all too, focusing on y'all too. But at the same time, I was feeling everybody else's. But wherever you put that focus and whatever you are a creator, period. So wherever you put the focus is where that energy is going to go. And when you put the focus on pulling, when you feel it, now that might take a little practice, but once you feel it and you pull it and you literally picture it being pulled from the spot where it needs to be pulled from, it happens. It's so hard to believe.
Yes, it does.
It's hard
Yes, it
to
does.
believe for some people, but that's
It,
but it's real. This shit is real energy.
you can feel it in the 3D, in the body form. You can feel what's
Carla,
going on there.
right before I came over here tonight, as I was in the middle of that, my mind tried to run me off into it. Well, it did
What is this?
take me into the losing of my center and not proud behavior at a store with the thing that happened, and I felt it come and just go in that
Oh,
thing, and the forgiveness of me and of them, and the whole thing energy just went whoosh. Yes.
Wow. That's, yeah, I
when
felt
you see
so
me do
very
this,
just,
light. That's what that is.
what's
It's
that?
transmuting it. When you see me do this with my hand, I do know what that means. When you see me do this with my hands after I pull it, it's transmuting it into the light.
Wow.
And it's not like I see light right here, but your intention, when that command is to transmute it into the light, that's where it's going. And that's what it's doing. You are powerful, people.
That is amazing.
If we all do that together for each other every week, that can get better, get more able to let that move through us. It seems like
Yeah.
that
Oh,
will
definitely.
exponentially benefit everybody.
You'll learn how to do it on yourself first. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's how you always learn how to do it. It's on yourself first.
There's something when two
Yeah,
or
I
more
love you.
gathered also. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the thing.
Yeah, this was
So
awesome. Thank you.
I
Thank
cannot tell you, I just can't say thank you enough, Carla, for tonight. And for every Thursday night at 7 Central. You can do your own math on your time zone for that. Join Friday, no, Thursdays. It's Thursdays.
Thursday. Yeah.
Every Thursday. Today's Friday. We were going to do it yesterday, but we had a thing come up with scheduling. So we thought we'd do an introduction tonight and throw everybody off on the timing of it. But it's Thursday. And we'll remind you all of that. It's on Thursdays. And come and join Carla at 7 Central. And man, you gotta feel this. I'm gonna be tuning in, that's for sure, so that I can feel this. I love the feeling. I just can't express it to you in PG rated terms that are.
What the hell is that?
So y'all come and join Carla every Thursday at 7 Central, right here on Call to Awakening. Again, I'm Cindy. This is Tamara. And welcome to Carla Romero Crochet. And let her come and invite her into your home every Thursday at 7 Central.
And welcome consciousness.
Yeah, welcome consciousness. Gosh, there's a good starter. And we hope that you enjoy what Carla's doing here as much as we do. Namaste, y'all. We love you. Carla, thanks so much.
Love y'all. Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you. I'm
Thank you.
so honored.
Right on. I love you, man.
Love you too.
Tell everybody that you know that I know I said hello.
I will. I'm going to tell Joe we talked about him, and he's going to have to watch the video because he's going to want to hear it.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. I'm sure he will. Oh, there's Joel in a nutshell. Okay. We love you, everybody.
Bye. Love y'all.
See you on Thursday. Over and out.
Over
Yeah.
and out.
Over and out.
I don't know how to stop this shit.